Happy Wednesday. Why are these so dirty? Can someone use their brain and tell me why these are so dirty? Well, we're live. Hi. We're gonna let some folks join, say hello. What happened to the people that were waiting? There was 2 people waiting. I said it was gonna be 4:20. Did I not? I said it was gonna be 4:20 Central Time. Where are the people that were waiting? Eh? Oh, we got a good show today for you. Just gotta wait. I just want to make sure that the recording starts. That's most important. So hi, say if you're here, which I see one of you. Oh my God, it gets dirtier every time I clean them. Yeah, that's a problem with me. You know, when I try to clean things, it actually gets dirtier. Okay, so that's not gonna work. So hi, say if you're here. Hi, hold on. If you're here, give me a moment. Give me a moment in time. And we will make sure that we have a wonderful program for you today. Hold on. I promise I'll be here in a second. Start commenting. Say stuff in the comments while I keep trying to do this. Oh, why? Why? There it is. I don't know why this is so difficult. I don't know why it's so difficult. All right, let's do that. Let's make sure it's actually recording. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I hate for you to see me doing this stuff right here on the air, but let's say hello to Big Boss and Lance. Yeah, I'm wearing the Pete Rose 1984 Expos model. It's so weird, these glasses are not as good. You were scouted by them in 86, 87. I did not know that you were a baseball player there. Big Boss, is Robin really quitting? I don't know. That's what we're going to talk about today. Let's start the live portion, or the tape portion of the live show here right now. Actually, how will I let myself, this is how I'll let myself know that. Howard Stern to retire? Robin quitting? RFK JR? Kamala Harris running mates? Artie Lange updates? It's all here today on this live edition of the ST Weekly Channel's, I don't have a name for this. It used to be Here's the Pitch. But we'll talk about all that stuff. And thank you for coming in. If you're just joining in, come on in and say hello and put your name in the comments. If you're watching on tape, this is what we do. You can see the comments rolling by from what we did during the live stream, but we're going to talk about a lot of things today. We'll look at some music news. We'll look at, well, the Red Hot Chili Peppers were in St. Louis last night. I didn't go. Should I have gone? Did I miss out on some fun last night? I've seen some good bands before. I've seen the Chili Peppers in 1994 was the last time I think I saw them. I don't know if I like their music since then, to be honest. The mid 90s and early 2000s. But hello. So yes, hi Big, and if you're here, just comment away. If you have any questions for your host or the people in the chat, this is what we do. We come in here and we say hello. Check out the description. There's all kinds of fun there. There's a super chat button. I realize it's right there on the right side there. If you're watching and you got the chat on the right side, just click that and they'll super chat in and super thanks and all that good stuff. Memberships, all that stuff is here. But I go here and I say hello to the folks. I have some prepared material. I have some old scorecards. I have my Pete Rose jersey on. This is from, let's see, what year is this from? I brought this last show and I didn't even use it. This is from, I guess, the 1992 Cardinal season. Yeah. Jack Buck, Al Raboski and Joe Buck. We got Ozzy on the front there doing his thing. Oh, it says it right there, 1993. So this is a 93 scorecard. We'll talk baseball. I'll run through the scorecard, all kinds of good stuff. But hello, any news on Flo High? No, I haven't heard from him. Isn't he on the Rashawn Summer School show? You would know better than me. I don't listen to Sirius and I don't check out what's going on currently. But what I do here is we talk about what we think's going to happen with the Stern Show. I take some cues from Reddit and the commenters. We talk baseball. So we've got the trade deadline ended. We talked about that on Monday. How do you guys feel about how your team did on trade deadline day? Yeah, Yeah, I saw a poll out there about the Cardinals on their trade deadline. A, B, C, D, E, or A, B, C, D, E, F, or whatever it was. A, B, C, D. I don't think anybody could give it an F. I give it a C plus, a B minus. You know, I think everyone in St. Louis just gets all excited that they made moves, but now we're conditioned to be like, oh, we got Tommy Pham back. I mean, there wasn't much out there, to be honest, but we'll see. Today, the Cardinals whip up on the Texas Rangers. What happened? This is the world. Are they the world champions? They are the world champions, right? What the hell happened to the fucking Texas Rangers? Not so good. Michael McGreevy, he is a rookie. His debuted today. I was hearing that they didn't expect much from him, and by God, he pitches 7 strong innings. Red Sox did nothing. I saw that. Tommy, doesn't Robin work for Stern? If he quits, she won't have a job anyway. Yeah, I don't think Robin really wants to work. I don't think she wants to be on that show anymore. I think she has other things she wants to do. But that being said, I'm wearing my Pete Rose jersey, my Expos Pete Rose jersey. And it is, back in the day, we would buy these, you go and find this site, and there'd be like one thing wrong. So you have to kind of figure out what was wrong with the Pete Rose jersey. So this is an Expos jersey, and it's got this patch on it from the 1982 All-Star game. Well, he didn't play for the Expos in 1982. So this is so totally a joke. So not really worth anything. But I was talking to Pete Rose the last time we came out on here live, and he did his documentary. Have you been watching? Have you been watching the documentary? I would like to get people's thoughts on the documentary, and we'll talk Stern. We'll talk Pete Rose. We talked about how, Pete went in on the Stern show back in the mid-'90s, and Billy West played the voice of Marge Schott. And it's probably a piece of tape that I know that Stern will never play again. Maybe I'll dust it up. I think I still have it here, and I'm sure they don't want to hear it. But Billy is doing it's not even I don't even know what Marge Schott sounds like, but he's just doing this old lady imitation, and he's just saying the most foul stuff in the guise of Marge Schott's voice. But if you're just joining, hello again, welcome in. Hit the like button, subscribe, type in where you're from, tell me what you want to talk about. That's what I do here. If you watch live, and if you're watching on tape, you just sit back and enjoy the show. I'm going to talk about all kinds of things today. I was looking at on this date in Stern history. I do this a lot, so the on this date stuff. I like to do that. It gets me thinking about topics and things to talk. Topics. I like to do impressions, so I'm going to do my impression now of Casey Kasem. I like to look at the top 10 music songs from the day on this date, and thanks to Lance, who's a loyal follower of this channel. He's here every day, and that's very appreciated. But I started looking at these pop charts. He's like, yeah, you need to look pop tarts. You need to start looking at pop tarts. He said you need to start looking at the rock charts. So in 1984, pretty good chart here in 1984 on this date. Would you like to hear it? Okay. Number 10, Go Insane by Lindsey Buckingham. Okay, we're not doing so well to start off. At number 9, it's Jefferson Starship trying to make a comeback. It's landed on the line. Never heard that. Night Ranger, When You Close Your Eyes, is at number 8. All right, we're not going to take it. Twisted Sister, number 7. I love, is Dee Snider still friends with Howard? Do we think that those two do we even think those guys? Hi, Ace. No clickbait. We're going to talk about it. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to sit here and talk about it. Yankees fan and Clay Holmes is the worst closer. Clay Holmes is the worst. Is that true? I thought he was pretty good. I'm going to take a look at his numbers right now as we speak. I thought he had like 30 saves right now. Now, you know what's funny about fans? I bet you're a fan. And fans, I'm a fan too. But I'm a reasonable fan. 2-4, 2.82 ERA, 44 innings pitched. Doesn't give me how many saves, of course. He's got 12 saves in his last 30 games. Bad ERA in the last 15, but yeah, I mean, he's been pretty good, right? What is this? Just tell me what he's got this year. Come on. 22 saves, 30 opportunities, 8 blown. Okay, I could see 8 blown saves. That's not so good. I could see that. He's just having a hiccup. It's a long season. Wow, a Razor Shines jersey. No. This is Pete Rose. This is a Pete Rose jersey from the Expos when he played. I'm in that documentary. If you go watch HBO, I'm in the Pete Rose documentary. So take a look at that. Episode 1, 32 minutes and 45 seconds in. They take right here from my YouTube channel my interview with Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench does not talk about Pete Rose. Evidently, now I have people on that clip like telling me I'm a dick. I just asked him a question about Pete Rose. I was a kid. He's horrible. Every game's an adventure. 8 blown saves is worst in it. Okay, well. Angels need a new closer. Angels need a lot of new stuff. I guess Trout is Trout. Let's just retire. You broke down. Everything's breaking down. Let's get rid of Rendon. Like, what are we doing over there? I thought Patrick Sandoval was gonna be a really good pitcher. I saw him pitch against the Cardinals last year. I watch a lot of baseball. Looks kind of nasty, and yet still has like a 5 ERA. There's another lefty they got there too. I don't know the whole Angels rotation. Let's take a look. Where are the Angels in the standings as we speak today? I know they're not doing so well. By the way, good day on the stock market. Hope everyone's watching that. If you have any questions about that, I like to talk about that as well. Oh, 47 and 60. Whew. Poor Los Angeles Angels. Opie and Anthony Rules. Yeah, I never listened to them. I never heard them. I don't know if I would have enjoyed them. I thought Reed Detmers would be rolling. Yeah, I thought Reed. Yeah, he had a great start to the season. I play a lot of fantasy baseball. I talk baseball here, and Reed Detmers was like a big catch for one of our leaders there in the fantasy league, but did not seemingly keep it going. 47 and 60 sounds like the Phillies record, only better. Phillies are playing good, except of late. That's right. Well, I didn't even realize 3 and 7 in their last 4. Did the Yankees go in and sweep them? I think they just did. Did they not? Yeah, the Yankees just swept the Phillies in Philadelphia. Robin quitting. All right, so we'll talk about that. What do you guys? This is it's in the title because we're gonna talk about it. I don't have any news on that. I'm sorry if you came here thinking that. People get mad at me in the comments, and that's fine. You can be mad, but that's what I do. I try to talk about everything here. Do you think Robin would quit before Howard does? Do you think Robin would finally say, I've had enough? I think it was strange that did you guys see this? So over the summer, I saw the clip on YouTube because that's where I see my Stern stuff now. There was a clip of Robin with her hair out and showing her bald head, and she just said, "Yeah, I didn't feel like putting it on. I didn't feel like putting on the wig." She looked good. Good for her. I love that. She's a damn trooper. I gotta say, she is a trooper. Although she's sort of just been able to fly along the Howard. It's been a pretty simple career since 1985. But good for Robin. I don't know if she's quitting. I would be curious to hear if you guys think if she'd be quitting before Howard does. Howard has 1 more year in his contract, so he has to get through this year and then through 2025. I gotta think. You know what? I want to look, because didn't Sirius do their, let's look at today. I think Sirius posted their earnings, and I didn't actually look at this today. Let's see. It's coming up tomorrow. Damn it. Does anybody go to these calls? They're closing the day at $3.45, Sirius is. That doesn't sound good, does it? I know we did this before, but I felt like they were like $50 when Howard showed up. Now they're $3.45. That can't be. I don't see Howard selling that stock for a while. If Robin quits, the Howard Stern Show will only play phony phone calls and reruns. Well, it'll be knocks at the door with imitations too. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to hear from Fred more. But yeah, that's that. We were talking baseball earlier, so the Twins beat the Mets. Let's go look at the wild card standings real quick, because it's it's a jumbled mess right there. And I always like to start here in the National League. Cardinals now only 1 game out of the National League wild card. I can't see either. Padres on a roll. They did all of the good moves at the trade deadline. I want my team to be the Padres. You know what, though? I love their manager, Mike Schilt. I'm happy for Mike Schilt. And look at the Diamondbacks. So they're on a roll. They're 7-3 in their last. They weren't even close. Now they were the National League champions last year. Now they're in a wild card spot, and the Braves continue to falter. So this wild card thing is going to be a race to mediocrity, as I call it again here for the National League. American League, we got the Yankees trailing the Baltimore Orioles. How about Jackson Holliday hit a grand slam today? Called back up and hit his first home run Big fan of the Holiday family here. If you check out my channel, you can see that Matt's been on the show before. Big day for Jackson and the Orioles. They win. They've won 2 in a row, and they are in first place and ahead of the Yankees by a half a game, it looks like. Twins and Royals also in the wild card. I look forward. I'm going to be working the Twins Royals game in September, so maybe I'll do a live stream from the Kauffman Stadium. The night before is the Chiefs. It's the NFL opener, really. It's Thursday night. Ravens Chiefs. Do I go to that? I hate the NFL, but Taylor Swift might be there. You think I could get Taylor Swift on this show? Would you guys want to see Taylor Swift on there? I don't have any desire, but it would probably give me some people subscribing and stuff. Anyway, thank you for coming in. If you're watching live, hit the like button, check out the description, all kinds of things in the description. Super chat, super thanks, memberships, set the notifications. I come here and do this live once or twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, and we just sit back and I talk to the people. I say hello. Thank you, sir. Thank you, John Paul. This is a Pete Rose jersey. I think I've shown this before. Sometimes I don't like to do this, but yeah, a little Pete Rose there. We talked about the documentary. Has anyone watched the documentary? Was that too close? Is this too close? Is that too close to the camera? It's Wednesday. It's been a long week. Is everybody having a long week? I'm having a long week. When is Howard coming back? From Italy or to the show? Now, normally he comes back, after Labor Day? And are you guys excited for that? Like, I don't think there's going to be any exciting stuff. Like, it's just going to be, I don't know. But there was a rumor that Steve Nowicki might have divorced. I don't think they'll talk about that. Okay, a lot of comments coming in. I gotta slow everybody down here. Let's see what everybody's saying. Haven't watched the documentary, but I've heard people who watch it says it because it's the same old Pete Rose. Yeah, Pete Rose is in there thinking that he's getting finally the documentary that is gonna put him in the Hall of Fame, and they're gonna just make him look great, and just him talking makes himself not look so great. Is this Wilding show? What is show? Do you think Montreal will get another team, guys? Yeah, so yeah, let's just talk about the topics. We'll have Don Buchwald. I think, how early? Who comes first in the order of obits? Will he talk Don Buchwald? Will he talk Richard Simmons? Yeah, there's a lot to talk about, but I'm sure it'll be boring. That's right. You remember seeing Mark McGwire? Mark McGwire on this channel, a wonderful video where he's mad at me as a kid. And I'm going to try to get him back on here. His son, evidently, is going to come here and play baseball, so that'll be interesting. Has Howard made a statement? No, he has not, although yesterday, I guess, was the first time that the account posted a picture of him just hugging Don. That was the first thing I heard, or first time I heard Howard, anything from the Howard camp. So interesting to see. You know, I'm sure that, Don's an old guy. This chair is so uncomfortable, by God. Maybe I need to lose some weight, though, too. Yeah. I'm sure he's got a new agent before. I mean, Don was in his late 80s. I didn't realize that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens when he comes back. Yeah, Richard Simon's dying. So much has happened. So much has happened. How long before Ellie de la Cruz is a Yankee or Dodger? Jeff White asks. That's a good question. So, well, if I'm the Reds, you gotta get him signed. Like, he's got to be your first priority. So I would think the Reds will keep him. I do. I think they'll Joey Votto him, and then that contract will completely hamstring the Reds for the next 30 years, like it did with Joey Votto. So this is good. We've got all kinds of great conversation going. I haven't even gone to my notes yet, and I was showing off my little scorecard here from 1993. And you know what? I think my grandfather did this. It's the Marlins and the Cardinals. There's that Cardinal lineup. I can't see it because I'm showing it. Well, how do I do this? I can't see it. Can you see it? Gilkey, Ozzie, Ray Langford, Greg Jeffries, Mark Whitten, Todd Zeal, Geronimo Pena, Eric Pappas, and Bob Tewksbury. Tewksbury won 16 games that year. And then that's the front there. And the games were broadcast by Jack Buck, Joe Buck, and Al Roboski. Fun stuff. Am I a football guy at all? I can talk. I mean, I don't like the NFL at all. I just gotta be honest. I love college football. Let's talk about college football. Is that what you're talking about here? Here, B Rabbit? I've been having this argument since the playoff. I'm not happy about the playoffs in college football. I like a October Saturday afternoon Auburn-Alabama game where if Alabama loses, they might not make it into the postseason. Now Alabama's getting in the postseason. They're going to have 4 losses. I mean, the top 4 SEC teams are going to get into this playoff thing. So I don't like it. I like that these games meant something. Now it's just going to be about their positioning, and who gives a shit about that? Outside of that, I don't. Yeah, the NFL scorned my hometown here, St. Louis. That's where I'm from. Thank you for coming in if you're from St. Louis. And by the way, pop in and tell me where you're from, and thank you for being here. Hit the like button. Subscribe as well if you haven't subscribed. This is what we do a lot. I don't even know. Did Nick say he retired? Did he not? See, I don't know. And I really can't stand Mizzou football. So if you want to hear my whole diatribe, I've just told this to a friend of mine. He's like, what happened with you and Mizzou? Why are you such a hater of Mizzou football? It would take some time. So we can talk about that as well. I hope Don Buchwald had a Riley Martin symbol. Alabama has been pretty legit for decades, for sure. Yes, thank you, Big M. There is a shirt, and if you want me to make any sort of shirt, go and check out my shirt shop in the description, but there is one that just says Wolf. I need to wear that. I have most of them. 0.0, you know what to do. There's all kinds of good shirts in my shirt shop, plus the products here. I sell product. You can look at my little product thing. I'm doing it all. Interactive with you folks here. Craig, they got good football, but shit, everything else shouldn't be making so much noise. Are we talking about Alabama? Wow, we're getting the Bama people, and I love it. I like a team that's I like a dominating team. I like when the team is the hunted. So I like Alabama. I like when because you got to knock them off. And many years people have not knocked them off. Yes, I lost the Rams, so you literally stopped watching over that. I did. Yeah, I stopped a little before that because the Rams were so bad. But let's talk about the NFL. It's shit football. I mean, it's just shit. There's like 6 good quarterbacks, maybe 8 good receivers. There's too many teams. Every team has to play their 3rd quarterbacks. Most of the teams, you've never heard of these guys. How many 9-6 games were there last year? How many 8-7 teams were there last year? And it's just I know everything's a money grab, but these guys are just assholes. All the owners, the commissioner, they just milk and milk and milk. And I don't know where all you guys are from, but I mean, if you don't have a new stadium going up in the next 10 years, see you later to your team. You'll see a lot more of these teams leave because it's just, I don't know. Why do we think Robin is retired? Oh, yeah, I'll just put that out there. Tim's totality. We're just talking about it. Let's see. Just looking at the comments. How many touchdowns did the A's make? I love a good Eric the Midget. That was Eric, high-pitched Eric, talking to Eric the actor, of course. So yeah, we've been all over the place today. We've already talked a little football. We talked a little baseball. This is exciting. I really enjoy that. We talked music. I didn't even finish the top. I got it. We were talking about Dee Snider. Yeah. Baba Booey to you all. Hello. Rob isn't retiring. She's at the point where she's got the most easy multi-millions anyone could possibly make. I mean, let's talk about that. Who has it more easy? Her or Gary? Gary doesn't even have to really do the show anymore. He's just a contributor. He doesn't have to produce. But I was doing this 1984 list, top rock songs in 1984. You know that St. Louis originally took the Rams from Los Angeles. No, they did. No, they didn't. Los Angeles didn't want the Rams. They didn't fight for the Rams. And Georgia wanted to move here. It's fine. You know what? Here's what I always say about the Rams. We had 20 great years. Well, we had 5 great years of football. We have a team that has a nickname. So I was like going to all those games. The greatest show on turf. How many teams have a nickname? I mean, when your team has a nickname and it's not like a self-imposed nickname, you know, as a football fan of the Rams, as I was from 95 to about 2007, because by then they just were tanking on purpose. I think the Rams did start in Cleveland. That is true. Cleveland to LA to St. Louis to Cleveland. What was I saying? Anyway, there's going to be many cities that have a run like we did here. I mean, the Chiefs are having it now. The Cowboys have had it. The 49ers had it. But let's just Carolina Panthers. They haven't had anything like that. Minnesota Vikings, nothing like that. I mean, I get Bears. They had one Super Bowl with, Rex Grossman. Every year they're trying to get a new quarterback. I mean, they don't, the Packers, I know. Anyway, that's my football talk for the day. I got people coming in, coming out. I love it. So thank you for joining and just kind of popping in and saying hello. We're talking all kinds of things. Howard Stern, baseball. Now people are talking football, which I can do. I can do that too. I was also doing the top 10 songs from 1984 on the rock chart, and I stopped at number 7. We're not going to take it, Dee Snider, because I was asking, is Dee Snider still, like, would he be allowed on the show anymore? And how does he feel about it? By the way, I was on a bus, an airplane shuttle from a shuttle. I said it just like Tom Green, from the airport to my rental car. And Dee Snider and family were on there. And this is before YouTube, and I was doing this. But if it was today, I would have set him up as a guest on the show. And I left him alone. Dee Snider, I did. College football is about meeting the payroll. Head coaches are now accountants. I agree with that. Henry, Artie update. Yeah, we come here to ask if there is any. That's why I put that. There should, back in May, I was told he was coming out of hiding. I heard there was some sort of probation that was up and that he would start doing his podcast again. Rumor is he possibly is doing them and stacking them up, and then we'll be hearing from him soon, maybe on his birthday, which is coming up. That was the last time he tweeted, I think, was his birthday. So hopefully he's doing okay. But that's what I was told. That is the Artie Lange update for today. The one thing that is perturbing me with the NFL is how they're selling off games to different streaming services, where you have to have a particular streaming service to see Thursday football. Well, that's the world. I mean, everybody's doing that. For that, now I know it's different because you've gotten a lot of football for free. But like the baseball does it, and they send it off to Apple and the Peacock and wherever. I don't know where I'm going with that. Well, you had to pay for it anyway. I mean, but you had to get, my local thing is Bally. Shit, Bally Sports. Maybe one day they won't have a. Anyway, but I had to pay to get that, right? So you have to pay to get the games. I know you're paying more now. Or you don't have to watch. That's really what the goal is there. So number 7 on this date in 1984 was We're Not Gonna Take a Drive by the Cars was number 6. I don't know the song by Ronnie James Dio. Lights Out by Peter Wolf. Lights Out! Two Sides of Love by Sammy Hagar, 1984, number 3 in the rock chart. Number 2 is Rock Me Tonight by Billy Squier. Do we have any younger people in here or older people? Remember the video for Rock Me Tonight? Have you gone to my channel and checked out my little pilot of a video breakdown as I did the Go-Go's Head Over Heels? If you like, I don't know, maybe you won't like it. I don't know. My brother didn't seem to like it. He said I was being mean to the band. But the next video I may have to do is Rock Me Tonight. Billy Squier basically ruining his career with this video, just dancing around on the couch and being strange. At number 1 on this date, 1984, was Cover Me by Bruce Springsteen. Not a good song at all. It did ruin Billy's career. The Rams were here. So what sucked is like if you've seen Major League, I mean, the owner was literally doing the same exact thing. I don't want to lose. I want to finish in dead last. So they did. They finished. They didn't want any fans in that stadium, which is what they got, because they wanted to move to LA, and that's fine. We had a good run. That's why I don't know if I can go to the Chiefs-Ravens game. Can I go? I haven't been to it, and I haven't had any interest in going. I'll tell you what, though, the Chiefs do make me want to watch football. I love watching the Chiefs. But there's only, 3 teams like the Chiefs. Everybody else sucks. Anyway. Looking at charts. Got some birthdays today. Zach Brown, it's his birthday. He was born in 1978. I didn't know he was that old. That's an old man. Do we like Zach Brown? I saw him in Wrigley Field. We were, me and the lady, enjoying a day trip in Chicago, and Zach Brown was playing at Wrigley. And for country, I'm not a huge country fan at all, as you could probably tell by my stupid charts that I do here. But Zach Brown was fun. A lot of rock to that stuff, so we left early. But BJ Nowak from The Office. If you've check out my channel, I interviewed Phyllis from The Office. Very nice lady. Do we want to reboot? Like they're talking about a reboot? I don't know. I think you have to have Steve Carell. That show went down the hill. Well, happy birthday, VJ Novak, born in 1979 on this day. We got some people from the Cardinals. Randy Flores' birthday today. He is the Cardinal scouting director. Anyway, yeah, he's scouting director for the Cardinals. Good guy, Randy Flores. I thought I'd mention that. Mike Lincoln, also former Cardinal. He was just here. Gus Frerotte. Now we're talking football, and can we talk Gus Frerotte? Gus Frerotte was a Ram for a moment here in St. Louis, but does everybody remember what Gus Frerotte did to be famous? You remember what Gus Ferrotte's claim to fame was? Anybody? What about Sal and Richard? What about them? Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, indeed, were pretty good time for the Rams. I mean, they had Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce and Orlando Pace, Ernie Conwell, who was like a beast as a tight end. I mean, the whole offense. Other than that, on defense, you had Todd Light and Keith Lyle and Dexter McLeon. And yeah, I mean, geez, that was just a fun time. I went to both Super Bowls. I did. And it was great. I went to 2 damn for free because I was, quote, media. I was doing my little cable access show. Redbird, you are correct. He gave himself a concussion. That was what Gus Frerotte did. He went in and scored a touchdown and then banged his head into the thing and gave himself a concussion. Football player's not real bright. I think Gus Frerotte lives in St. Louis. Somebody check that for me. Hey, will you check that for me? I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who I'm talking to. Who am I talking to? Anybody? Well, people continue to talk here in the comments, so thank you. I like to stop down and make sure if you're watching live, this is what we do. People come in, I in and out. We talk about things. They leave. They come in. We talk baseball. We talk sports. We talk Robin and Artie Lange and RFK JR. I have super thanks and super chats if you're interested in that, and then memberships. And we do this once, twice a week, and then I put up old interviews every once in a while. New interviews are still coming up. No Office reboot, I'm being told, so no one wants that, I guess. Well, check out my interview with Phyllis. She's very sweet. I think she lives right down the street. Phyllis from The Office lives right down the street. I would love to hang out with Phyllis. Wesley Snipes, it's his birthday. White Man Can't Do. He's 62. Looks good. Black don't crack. Kevin Green from St. Louis. Actually, he's from Granite City, but Kevin Green. Great player for played for the Panthers, played for the Rams, the Steelers. It says he was born in Schenectady, but I know he grew up in Alton, and was a wrestler. He was the first guy to kind of cross over that. Well, I'm not the first guy. I guess Shaq was there, but he joined the Hulkster. Hulk Hogan, by the way, was in town, St. Louis, after his day at the Republican National Convention. Which is funny, like Hulk Hogan's your marquee speaker. Anyway, so I've never met Hulk Hogan. I've always wanted to. As a kid, I'm like, oh my God, I love Hulk Hogan. I still enjoy. He gave me many, many hours and still does. I love Hulk Hogan match. I'm a fan of the 80s, as you know if you come here. So he was selling this beer, Hulk Hogan was. He still is. Real American beer. We'll give it a plug. I haven't had it. I've heard it tastes like shit. I'm going to shoot I'm going to take shots at it with my shotgun. I don't have a shotgun. Anyway, I do, so don't fuck around with me. What was I talking about? Oh, so I'm like, oh, well, Hulk Hogan? There won't be anybody there. He was at some wine shop. So I go walk up to the wine shop. There's a line around the building. I'm like, God damn it, I'm not going to meet Hulk Hogan today. So I went and I got a pretzel and cheese and had a sandwich. It was delicious. Henry Wheeler, that's a great plug. Tell me what we're talking about. I don't know. Steve McMichael was part of the Four Horsemen band. Now, Steve McMichael, have you guys seen Steve McMichael lately? Very sad. He's not doing well, but he's still living. Like, I've been waiting. I'm sorry to say, I don't have it. If I had a death pool, I'd have to put him on it. 2 Super Bowls in your own town. That's pretty epic. Yeah, no, so 2 out of 3 years. And they should have won the second one. The Patriots were Spygate. They were spying, but the Rams, they didn't play well. If we would have kept Vermeil, didn't get too cocky. We had Mike Martz. Anyway, long story short, they didn't beat the Patriots in 2001. And the Patriots went on their run. But that game was in New Orleans after 9/11. So that was a little weird. To be at that. But then we went to Atlanta the year 99 to 2000 and watched the Rams. Do you guys see? I feel like it's being forgotten. That tackle, that game, it's one of the best Super Bowls of all time. Isaac Bruce making the catch right before the 2-minute warning, or was it right after? It came out of the 2-minute warning. A 73-yard touchdown by Warner. Warner, Bruce, touchdown, Rams. That's my Pat Summerall. The best thing I remember a lot from that year, but what I really, really liked, or what was kind of cool, was the first playoff game in St. Louis, first one I'd ever seen since like 1974. Maybe they didn't have any. I don't know, because I don't think the football Cardinals had like 3, but I don't know if they even played at home. Anyway, first game, I think the Vikings scored. My memory's a little hazy, but the first play, our seats 454 row XX or AA. Yeah, we moved down, and that was 452 row AA. And first play, offense is going this way. We're up here, and it's Warner to Bruce. Bruce does a little, what do they call that? Like a hook and ladder. I don't know what they call that pattern. What is it called? See, I would know this if I wasn't doing this live. You probably missed Neil Lomax. I'll tell you what, Tom. My dad hated Neil Lomax. We watched the football Cardinals, and he'd be like, fucking Lomax. You know, he hated all of those guys. O'Donohue, I remember, I remember the Big Red, and he hated Neil Lomax. Neil Lomax was pretty good. You liked Roman Gabriel when you were a kid. That's a long time ago. F you, Spygate. We kicked your ass. Oh, stop it, Lance. You did not. Went to overtime. And that fucking field goal, we walked out right as the thing was being kicked. I saw it go through. I'm like, fuck, Vin and Terry right down the middle. You jackass. Terry Metcalf. Man, you're old there, buddy. Fast food review. And Terry Metcalf, Jim Hart. These are all great names. I never got to see those guys play. I saw the guys in the 80s. Robert Awalt was one of my all-time favorites. Seems like he was always doing something. Stump Mitchell. Earl Farrell. Remember Earl Farrell dropped that ball on the 1-yard line? You guys remember that? All these great memories of the Cardinals sucking. Big Red Machine. No, Big Red. See, there's a nickname. Big Red Machine. The Reds. See, we tie it all together here today. This is a good time. Lance, how we doing? We having fun today? We don't have a lot of people. You know, it's so weird. It's like we had in and out. But the last when I put this thing out after it's done live, I do see a nice bump, so that's good. Dan Dierdorf, a great man. I love that guy. Been friends with him for years. He's been did a bunch of times on my little cable access show I used to have here in St. Louis. So love me some Dan Dierdorf. We loved him in Monday Night Football, right? What do you guys think of Joe Buck? Are you guys haters of Joe Buck? Joe Buck did the Cardinal game the other night with Chip Carey, and I love Brad Thompson and Jim Edmonds. I'm friends with them, I can say. Well, whatever we'll call them, acquaintances. But Joe Buck sat down and just made it sound great. Made Chip Carey sound great. I just tell a buddy of mine, I was like, my God, I wish Joe Buck could do more games here. Conrad Dobler, yeah, he just passed. There needs to be a documentary on the 70s Cardinals, because they were so close, yet so far away. Mike Bielecki's birthday's today, Ross, if you're still here. I know you're a fan of him. Mark Cuban's birthday? I didn't even see that. Well, happy birthday to Mark Cuban. He is a hero of mine. I wish I had, it's funny because I get all like, why did he do this? How did he do that? Well, he worked his ass off. People don't even remember that he didn't really get big until he was like 35. But in his 20s, he worked his dick off. But you know what he did? And I think I never knew that. I mean, I knew this, but I read about it the other day, and I was trying to get one myself. He had an American Airlines lifetime pass. He's like, that's what I'm going to do. It was like $100,000. But you just fly whenever you wanted. So he made enough money to get a life. This guy's so smart. He still has the pass. They stopped giving those out in 2000. I looked it up, so don't try. Joe Buck went on Stern and changed your opinion of him. Yeah, you like Joe Buck, Fast Fit. Thank you. Yeah, I think I think the more he did that, those interviews, the better. I think he probably kind of jumped out of his lane a little bit when he was doing the HBO stuff, and I think he'd say the same thing. And I think he's really good at Monday Night Football. But we grew up with listening to him here, and I've always enjoyed him on baseball. And I know a lot of people hate him. Saw Bart Starr playing Super Bowl I live back in the day. Jesus, how? I thought we had a younger group here. That's great. Jack Buck, I believe, called that game. Speaking of Buck, so you were there. I almost went to. I haven't been to Lambeau yet, but I almost went to that game that Pete Coughlin almost froze his dick off. Remember, his face was all red and shit. And didn't it go to overtime? It was like 07. I almost went to that game. I was invited, and I said, I don't really want to. I don't want to go to that game. JH, I appreciate that. Best content ever. I don't know if you mean that, but if you do, I appreciate that. Hit the like button. Hit the super chat. Hit the super thanks. That's how you know it's good content. If you're saying I really like this and I want to support the channel. But JH, I appreciate that. So you were there in person. Wow, that's pretty great. He gave his pass to his father. I'm missing out what you're talking about, Vincent, but I appreciate the sentiment. Yeah, I mean, Super Bowls are fun. You know what's weird, though? It's like the two that I went to, it's very sterile. I know it's, you don't get the home team's fans in there, but like it's like there's fog and it's quiet. It's like in the baseball all-star games too. I've been to those too, and same thing, very sterile. But worth it if your team's there. I have to say, it was one of the coolest weekends ever. We were in our 20s back then, and I think we went 12 deep down to Atlanta. We had one of our buddies' father with us, so he was the old the old guy, and he was just having a great time. Good times, good times. I thought Dale Hunter's birthday, fighter, Mike Bilecki, Leon Durham, the bull. Oh, damn it, you got me here, B Rabbit. You got me again. I was doing birthdays. You know what? We'll save that for another time. In 2003 on the Stern Show, I like to look back as I look back at Mark's freaking. Oh, you guys are giving me some stuff here. Denver defeating Green Bay. That was Terrell Davis, right? And then the John Elway helicopter thing, I think, right? That was the first. It was 1998 or 99. But yeah, I remember that one. That was a good one. Well, there was a time where I could tell you every Super Bowl, who was in it and who won it. I was like the Artie Lange. Let's see if I can do that. You want to see if I can try that? I don't want to do that now. I could do it if I was really trying. But yeah, I had some good stuff on this date. Artie, on this date, Artie did the gay makeover. This is the day that he actually went with the Queer Eye guys and did the makeover. And then the next day he came in and talked about it. What a moment on the show. Skip over it. What are we talking about, Sean? All I know is Howard has been a huge part of my life, and I thank him for all the laughs. I agree with you as well, tortured soul. Let's take a moment, because I will tell you, from 99, he came into St. Louis, through 2010, through 2009. Well, I didn't have to record them in 2009 because they played them. I think I might have recorded them anyway. I recorded it every day, and I listened to Stern old stuff from 2010 to 2016. So for 6 years, I didn't even listen to the new show. I just went back and listened to all the old stuff that I have recorded. And yeah, I mean it. So I'll be candid with my group here, my little small group. I love podcasts. I love listening to podcasts in the morning. I love not having to hear commercials. I like listening to local stuff most of the time now that I don't listen to Stern. And this one radio station here in St. Louis just dissolved. All the hosts are gone. And my show that I used to be on, I would like be a co-host every once in a while. Hot Take Central on Fans 590. I'd go on that show. And then that show went away. So now I have nothing to listen to. So the Riz show has been helping that. But it's when you have something that you can just go to your phone or I had a Walkman and I'd be like, all right, let's listen to Marge Schott and Pete Rose, or Billy West doing Marge Schott and talking about Pete Rose. So I answer honestly, do you still listen to the show? No, I do not listen to the show. If you haven't heard me tell this story, I'll tell it real quick. So this channel came about because Casey did an interview with me before I started thinking about doing all these Stern people. He was, I think, promoting a book or something. Stuttering John came through town to do some stand-up, and I was just doing sports interviews, but I'm like, well, maybe I'll branch out. I did, Tom Green. I did him. I did Chris Farley's brother, Kevin. Interviewed, Alan Hunter from MTV. Anyway, I started just, had this light bulb moment, man, my YouTube channel doesn't have much viewership except for the Stuttering John and the Casey interview. There was one other one, maybe Jim Florentine. So I'm like, well, maybe if I can find some more of these ex-Stern guys. So I can't remember who I put out there, but Doug Goodstein was the first guy to come on. And it got 70,000 views. And then Tim Sabian, and it got 80,000 views. And then Scott DePace. And I just started running through all the old members of the E! Show. And so that's what happened here in 2020. I just wanted to hear about old days on the show, but I was not listening after 2009. After Artie left was when I thought the show left. So fast forward, I'd run out of guests to talk to. I'd be interested to see if who you'd like me to contact, and I can probably tell you that I've contacted them all. But if there's anybody you want to see me interview, if you check out this channel, you can see there's a bunch of interviews in the playlist. But yeah, so then I started like getting these free subscriptions and trying to listen to the show. It's just terrible. I'm sorry, it's just not good. What's Artie? You put him the headlines every week. Stick to baseball. You better at it. Okay. Thank you, Sean. Contact Artie. He's in the headline every week. Okay. I would never pay for Sirius, but I have a trial, and I'll take Jim and Sam over the current day Stern. Jim and Sam certainly isn't anything stellar, but it's something to listen to. Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to them, but I've seen them. They seem like they're at least, well, it's better than what's going on the, like I said, the Stern show. Debbie the Pet Lady. I don't know who that is. I mean, I know that she's part of the show, but I don't know. Oh, Tan Mom? You want Tan Mom too? I'm not doing that. You know what I like to do? I like to go through my stuff here. Sometimes I like to pull stuff out of the woodwork here, and I pulled this thing out. So when I was you said you want me to stick to baseball. This is when I was traveling with the Cardinals, and our trip to the White House. And here's all the food that we could have had on the flight as we left from St. Louis to Washington, D.C. This is a real menu from the Cardinals plane as we went to the White House. I met Obama that day. I think I had the beef. I thought this was fun. Nick DiPaolo. I've asked for Nick DiPaolo. Has not been on yet. I will continue to ask for Nick. Thank you very much. Kevin Farley was awesome. He was such a nice guy. I was so happy to have him on, and we'll continue to try to have him on again. So thank you for that. Man, we've gone a long time here. I didn't even realize. Mark's friggin' on July 31st, 2003, which is today. Happy 2003. The first line from Mark's friggin', is Artie gay? So this is from the Queer Eye. Sean, you see, bro, I call you out. I have no idea Robin is quitting, but it's in the headline. Ah, I see. Yeah, no, it was here for us to discuss. That's what we're doing. We're discussing. What else? What else you want to know? Sometimes I like to look through my baseball card. Got Lance Johnson here. Got a rated rookie, Lance Johnson Donruss. Yeah, this is just a random pack of cards here. What else we got? What else you want to know? Got a little John Lowenstein. Remember that? Remember his nickname? John Let It Be Lowenstein? That was Chris Berman. She's not had a contract. I don't know what's going on with Robin. And quite frankly, I don't care. Oh, look at this one. I wonder if this is where this is going to be a... Hey, Florida, thank you so much. That is so awesome. That's a super thanks from Florida Sal, and you can do that as well, our super chat. I very much appreciate that. Jack Clark has been on the show. I'll post that. I had a wonderful chat with him. By the way, he's my all-time favorite player. John Tudor's my favorite pitcher. Got to know Jack Clark. I got to know John Tudor, too. But Jack Clark, you ask him one question, you get 20 minutes worth, so. But still fun. But thank you, Florida Sal. Before Marlins tryouts, unreal. They literally traded the whole team. Oh, yeah. Well, you know. Hopefully Skip Schumacher can get out of there, and John Jay and John Mabry, all the good dudes on the coaching staff. Bill Miller, I believe, is on that staff. Anyway, I was showing off this Rafael Palmeiro card here from. I wonder if that's worth anything. He did play for the Cubs in '87. This is an '88 Fleer. Yeah, I just like to dig through here. Oh, look at this. Look at this rookie. Look at that little rookie. We got a bunch of rookies here. We got Craig Biggio rookie. This is Leaf. I guess these are some of my. Oh, we got one more after this. This is Big Mac. Here it is. But look at this. I'll stop after this. Unless you like this. Do you like this? Hi, Sean. Look at that stance. Is he great or what? Don Mattingly. Yeah, no, Sean. I like you too. I talk about Stern. What do you want to talk about? I can tell you anything you want to know. I used to listen all the time. I was a big fan. Biggio was a catcher to start his career. Yeah. And he was not so good, I gotta be honest. He was not good. Well, I'm gonna keep this box here. We'll do more of that. I know people love that kind of material. Here's a Cardinal. Oh, you know what? I was thinking about this guy here in a second. You guys remember this? Yeah, this is the Cardinals' #1 draft choice in 1989 or 1990. Paul Coleman. My God. That was a bad draft. I think Frank Thomas went after him. So we'll go through my cards every once in a while. A guy found. I saw this. A guy found. Oh, this is not what I thought. So, Adam, I saw that though. I saw this guy on Twitter. He was doing. Went to a garage sale and got these crazy great cards. Kind of pissed about that myself. Just looking at my notes here. I had some notes. We talked a bunch of baseball. We've gone a long time here, and this is what we do. This is an Expos jersey. Yes, it is. This is a Pete Rose jersey I've got on, and a couple chins under it. Ralphie, huge liar. Yeah, I just bought a Moses Malone rookie card when I was a kid. I remember there was a Nolan Ryan card somehow I got. Yeah, no, I mean, I love, this is one of my favorite, this is like my box of boxes. I think I either did Cardinals or, this guy was a rated rookie. He was so bad. That's a Leaf card, too. I don't know what that meant. I think it was Canadian. Was it Canadian, like Leaf cards? If you go on my channel, you should go watch, if you're a baseball fan, I did this interview with Vince Coleman, and it's just been posted. And if you like baseball and you're here for that, thank you. I appreciate it. He talks about lighting a firecracker and throwing it at people and the tarp and all that good stuff. Hi, DW. Thanks for coming in. We've been going for a while here. This has been fun. I've run through some baseball cards. I'll do that again. But I think we're going to wrap it up. Was there anything that... hi, Biped of the century? No, we were just asking, is Howard retiring? We were just having a conversation. I thought we were going to get to the end of that, but we never did. I think he's going to retire. What do you think? We'll continue this conversation further in a couple days. But again, if you watched live, I appreciate it. This is what we do when we go live. I just talk to the people. What's ever on my mind. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Any Bob Costas interviews coming up? I got to be honest. I don't think Bob... I've talked to Bob. I don't think Bob likes what I do anymore. I don't think Bob enjoys the Stern-centric portion of this. He actually told me that. I can be honest with you. I talked to Bob, and he's like, I don't know if I like the whole Stern thing. So I don't know. I think I've asked Bob everything I want to ask him as well. But if you want me to try to get him on here, I will. Andy Toney. I don't know if I get that. I think he will not get a new contract. Yeah, I don't think he will get a contract. I think Sirius will be. We talked about that. Their earnings call. Maybe we'll come back tomorrow and talk about the earnings call. That usually gives a sense of how Sirius is doing. I'm going to guess it's not good. Yeah, I can't get Al Michaels on. I have no contact, and I want to have Al Michaels on, that's for sure. Graham was more of a Imus fan. Who's Graham? Boy, I'm trying to follow along with the people. That's for sure. Yeah, this one's right on top. I mean, that guy. You seen what he's doing? Got his whole, photography business. You watching the Olympics? No, I'm not watching. I choose not to watch any of it. I don't understand why people seem to want to watch that stuff. Lest anyone think that's a totally farcical call. He said something in code of a local morning DJ. He was not there, Peter. All right, we have him on every coast. It won't be the first. It won't be the last. Thank you, Al. A tense situation as we wait for OJ to come out of his car. All right. Oh, Bensinger, my rival, please. You know who Graham Bensinger is? I like Graham, by the way, but Graham Bensinger is me, except his parents had a lot more money. Like, that's how he's become a sensation. Good for him, though. He's done a nice job. I thought about working with him a little bit. I decided not to. Photo dude. And I see OJ. He looks scared. I gotta get him on here. All right, Mr. Higgins, thank you for calling. Al, this is Al Michaels. But Peter, that's a totally farcical call. He said something in code of a local radio DJ. He was not there. I love doing that. I feel like I sound a little bit like Al Michaels. Bensinger and you love Costas and are both from St. Louis. That is true. I don't think Bob likes either of us. I'll be honest about that. But anyway, I appreciate the super chat and the super thanks from Florida Sal. Good luck to your Marlins. Thank you for coming in here today. We've done a nice, long, rich, almost 60 minutes of material today. And although more people aren't showing up as usual, I don't know what's going on. Lance, what am I doing wrong here? We used to have a lot more people. I guess when the Stern Show comes back, or maybe I have to title it better. I don't know. I did see Artie at the Funny Bone. Someone threw a sandwich at him, right? It wasn't me. And then they had a real bad cocaine issue that night. Reference to Randy. Remember when he hit the pigeon? Oh, of course. Yeah. Do you ever meet Artie? No, I did not meet the blind date. See, I try to leave and then you guys keep me here. It was cool. You're a cool guy. Thank you. Thank you so much, here, B. Babbitt. I keep, so just in case you're leaving, remember I do put this, I schedule these out. So put your notifications on. You'll see that I'm going to do this. More people are coming in. I might not leave. I think it's time to eat, though. This is always dinner time here in the Lou. And I like, well, you're leaving? Okay, if you're leaving, I'm leaving. We're all going to leave. All right. So we'll do this again, maybe tomorrow. We'll try it tomorrow. We'll come back. You guys have your questions. Please come back. I'll do it at the same time. We'll have a good time. We'll talk more about what's going on. And make sure you set those alerts. Thank you, Florida Sal. Again, you're the man. We'll catch up maybe tomorrow. We'll do one more. One more for the week. Bye for now. Ack, ack.